Good morning, everybody. You know what time it is, man. It's time to get this fantasy Q&A popping for Sunday prior to kickoff. We'll go over inactives at 11:30, and we'll go from there. This is Dave, one half of PNP. And before we even get started, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, my man. Just check it out. We do a lot of draft content. It looks like we might be doing more if we lose to the Giants today, but we do a lot of draft content. We do a lot of fantasy content, and we go live every Monday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time to go over the Panthers game and talk about other things going around in the NFL. All right. Now, Bob-mageddon is upon us. I think this is the only week. Well, no, I'm pretty sure of it. This is the only week in the NFL season where there are 6 teams on a bye. The Vikings, Jaguars, Chargers, Steelers, Bills, they're all on a bye. And by now, you should have made the proper adjustments. If you went to my waiver wire show on Tuesday, we did discuss some options about who you need to pick up. And in some leagues, it's not pretty. Some leagues is great. There's good options. In some leagues, it's ugly. And I can give you some examples. I'm starting Davis Mills in a league today. Unfortunately, I drafted Josh Allen. Josh Allen's on bye. I went out to the waiver wire. Davis Mills is the only one available, only starting quarterback available. So that's who I'm starting. We'll see how it goes. It could go really good or really bad. All right, let's get to these questions. Non-PPR. Damian Harris or Chase Edmonds, and then Devonta Smith or Jacoby Myers. Give me Damian Harris against the Jets, and I will take Devonta Smith over Jacoby Myers. I'm trying to check and see who the Eagles are playing. Yep, I'll take Devonta Smith. All right. Week 7 is week 7, bro. I mean, I tell folks all the time, there's no reason to panic if you're behind because you can always recover from the buys. I mean, the bye week run is from week 6 to week 14. This is the worst one out of them all, so it'll get interesting. Like, I have teams where I had Keenan Allen, Ezekiel Elliott, Adam Thielen. Like, I lost and Stephon Diggs. I have one squad that had Zeke, Diggs, Thielen, and Keenan Allen. I lost them all. And it's funny because I think I ended up making a trade this week in that same league where the person offered me DJ Moore and David Montgomery for Devontae Booker. I took that trade in a heartbeat. And it wasn't even about DJ Moore for me because I can survive because I'm going to have a situation where I'm going to have to trade one of my guys anyway. It was more about the David Montgomery. I wanted Montgomery because my RB2 right now is Jacobs. So when Montgomery comes back, I could start Zeke and Montgomery and be feeling pretty confident about it. But yeah. All right, let's see here. Oof. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, 16 league, man, everybody's team should be good in that league. The waiver wire should be plentiful. Shouldn't be a complaint in the world. Oh, Gronk's going to be out for a bit. I'm shocked. Supposedly he's hurt pretty bad, so I don't know when Gronk's coming back. Sam or Tua? I'm starting Sam this week, so. I mean, you would think that Tua would have some level of motivation knowing that his job might be going away in about 2 days. They're saying that the deal for Watson's going to be done by Tuesday. So if I was him, I mean, for you, I'm starting Sam. As bad as it's been, I'm still starting Sam. You got to wait. You got to wait until inactives come up, and because that's a late game for the Raiders, inactives won't be there till 2:30. So you kind of need to make your decision prior to 1:00, or make the decision to find some option at the 4:00 range. I got the same dilemma, but I have a plan. I do have a plan because luckily Waller's in my wide receiver tight end flex. So I looked out there to figure out if there's any wide receivers I can grab in a pinch. I picked up a wide receiver that was on bye. That's on bye this week, so I could just make the swap. I won't be happy about it, but it is what it is. I'm hoping that he plays, but there's no news. The fact that he got on questionable doesn't help. Yeah, well, but the thing is, that game's at 1 o'clock, so you can make your decision then. We know Gronk's out, so I think OJ Howard will be a good pickup, a good move to play. I mean, pay attention to the news, man. Maybe they might decide prior to the 1 o'clock that Waller's going to play, but it sounds like he's a game time decision. He ended up on the injury report late, so that's the scary part too. All right, let me check the Patreon real quick. Or the Discord, excuse me. No questions in there right now. I already answered all the questions in there so far, so no new ones. And now, well, I mean, truth be told, Gronk was out last week, and OJ Howard got the bulk of the got more targets than Brate, so we don't know. McLaurin. Washington Green Bay might be a shootout. I don't anticipate it being a slow game. So give me McLaurin over Jamar. Jamar should ball too, don't get me wrong. If I ever had a way to start them both, I would. But if you're gonna make me pick between those two, I'm taking Terry. I'm taking Scary Terry. And then it doesn't make it any better because I don't know Gibson's. They're saying that Gibson's going to play, but he's still questionable. So we'll see. I ain't got too many questions today, man. That's fine too. Did any of you guys watch our preview with Diggy from the Giants, one of the Giants YouTubers? He doesn't seem that confident that the Giants can pull off a win today because they're battling injuries too. He doesn't seem too confident at all. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today. Lamar Jackson, not even close. Well, Eddie, that is what the draft is for, my friend. And people wonder why I wait for a quarterback. This is why. Because bye weeks, there's eight weeks out of the 14-game season. There are bye in the regular season in fantasy. There are bye weeks, and you have to have a deep bench to make this work. And look, I overall, I think I did a relatively good job drafting. But let me tell you something, man. The folks who didn't, they out here trying to figure out who they're gonna start as RB2. Because this week is rough. But but for the rest of the season, it's going to be 4 teams. So it's going to be 4 teams for the rest of the way. So, you got to take all those things into account. Uh-oh. All right, Cliff Kingsbury will be back for the coach, the Cardinals, which is good, as if they need him. Lamar or Thomas. I'm still taking Lamar. Give me Lamar. I will check it now. I shall check it now. Because now you have me intrigued. Let's see. League standings. Oh yeah, he got a really good squad. Y'all let him do it. Y'all let him do it. Yeah, his squad. Yeah, he should win. He should absolutely win. I don't think he'll run the table, but he should definitely win the league. I mean, there's nobody in that. Tony, man, you got to be the hero, bro. Not a bad lineup, Antoine. Not a bad lineup at all. Injuries are part of the game, man. But look at it this way: it's tight end. I mean, now granted, for you to draft Waller means that you had to take him high. So that means you had to take a hit at another position, which is why I'm not always the biggest fan of drafting tight end so early. But it is what it is. Best defense to stream this week. Let's see. Jets are interesting this week because that the Patriots aren't going to give up too many yards, aren't going to have too many yards. Jets defense statistically isn't really that bad. So Jets defense is interesting. If the Panthers are available, you could do them. Let's see. Raiders is interesting. Eagles is interesting. Saints against Seattle. Cardinals against the Texans. Rams if they're available against the Lions. If you're not a believer in Sam Darnold and you're really that desperate, Giants. If you think he's going to have some turnovers, Giants. I mean, you get points off turnovers with fantasy defenses, but I don't think that's going to happen today. So, yeah, there's a couple for you. Everybody else is probably already utilized, so. I haven't. I need to set a daily lineup up. I should do that. I haven't done that yet. I should do a couple lineups before kickoff today. Yeah, man. I was watching. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Tony. Like, I was in there doing the draft of Patrick, and I was looking at Cannon squad, and the first thing I kept thinking about was, Jesus Christ, this guy's gonna dominate because some of the picks, I can only control what me and Patrick was gonna do, and most of the time I let Patrick make the decisions. So I said, all right, we'll roll. But man, I was looking at Cannons, and I was like, ooh, he's got a pretty good team. I haven't looked at prices at all, yo. Like I haven't. Like I've been I've been on Underdog. Speaking of that, man, you guys should check out Underdog Fantasy and use the code PNP, and you get $10 towards your deposit, and it absolutely helps out the channel. So please, man, please, sir, head on to Underdog Fantasy, man. They have they do daily drafts, so you can draft your players. There was a really cool tournament this week, and I think it's still open right now, but it's a $25 deposit to get it. $25 to enter the tournament. So basically, you draft a team, you can do one lineup, which is pretty cool. And then if the high scorer wins first place. So it's pretty awesome. And then they have the pick'ems where you decide, and it's fantasy based, so it's over under whether or not you want to, if you think this person is going to get X amount of yards, things of that sort. Well, I told you guys about tight ends, right? Like the thing is, if Kelsey, there was only like two that was out of tier, and it was Kelsey and Waller, and everybody else is kind of like you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, before the injury, Dawson Knox was the third best tight end in fantasy. Dawson Knox. He wasn't drafted. Dawson Knox. Third best tight end in fantasy. So my point is that tight ends are very random, unless you have Kelsey or Waller. And if Waller busts, that means you sacrifice a position. Waller's been okay. I mean, he hasn't done too much after the first game, but he's still better than most of these tight ends. So you still kind of have an advantage. But Dawson Knox. So, yeah. So when people ask me why I feel about tight ends, that's why. Because you don't know who's going to be great. Dawson Knox. Let's see. Yeah, I'm playing Seals Jones in a couple of leagues this week. Oh, I'll take the over there. I like the over there. Is that an option? Because I might hop on that if that's the case. Let me see. Let me pull up Underdog real quick. Let me see here. What y'all talking about? That must be new because it wasn't there earlier today. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see. Oh, it ain't up there. No, that ain't here. I would do over though on that. Right now they have Chuba over under 75.5 rushing yards. They got Sam Darnold 238.5 passing yards too. I think that's kind of low. Hopkins over 5. Yeah, that's over. I'll take the over there, sir. I'll take the over there. Yes, sir. I will take the over there. I'm checking to see if that's even an option. Nope. I think you meant Abdullah, and I think you meant Chuba. And no. He just got on the team. I think Amir Abdullah is more about he's more about special teams. I think he's going to do kickoffs. So out of desperation, Khalil Herbert, AJ Dillon. Oh God. Give me Herbert, but I'm not too it looks like Damian Williams is going to play today. I'm waiting for inactives to see, but it's looking like he's going to play. I threw him back in my lineups hoping for the best, so we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't make that trade. Goddard should be better as long as they don't catch COVID anymore. But Goddard should be better. I mean, Goddard should be able to get enough targets, but it's tight end, man. Tight ends are random. Let's see. AJ Green or Michael Pittman. Pittman's going to be at San Francisco today. I'm going to take Pittman. I'll take Matt Jones. Those are ugly options. You know what? No, I'll take Jameis. I'll take Jameis against Seattle. I'll take Elijah Mitchell, but I'm not happy about it. I have a feeling that Edmonds is going to go off today for some reason. I just don't know, but I'll take Elijah Mitchell. Yeah, Connor's a problem. Connor is a problem in that offense, man. Connor's problematic in that offense. I don't know what JD is. That doesn't help me. Oh, McKissick. Yeah. Rashad Penny's coming back, isn't he? I'm rolling with McKissick either way, though, because Washington's going to be playing from behind against Green Bay, and since that's going to be the case, J.D. McKissick is going to be out there getting these catches. I'm assuming that he is right now. It's looking like that he's going to be. He was cleared yesterday, so it looks like they're going to try to send him straight out there. I mean, if not today, when? Like, I mean, the defense, the Bucks pass defense hasn't been that good. Their run defense is still legit. Who won this trade? Devontae Booker and Chuba for Mike Williams. I would like the Mike Williams side of that because Chuba might only play one more game, and so is Booker. Ironically enough, Chuba might have one more game left in him, and then Booker. Well, Chuba counting today. Chuba would have 2 games left in him. Booker only might have 1. So in 2 weeks, Mike Williams is the one you want. But it all depends on your running back and your wide receiver situation too. Ooh, if Shepard's out, Slayton gets interesting. Now I got to put Slayton back in. Yo, I got like these gnats, man. Whenever I eat some fruit. You're giving up too much for Lamar Jackson, buddy. You're giving up too much for Lamar Jackson. That's way too much for Lamar Jackson. I would love to have the Herbert Kamara release out of that trade by far. All right, I gotta go pick up Slayton. Well, actually, I gotta put Slayton in the lineup. Oh, I dropped Slayton. Damn it. Well, hold on. Let me go see if I can go get him. Let's Slayton back. I guess I'll drop. We'll drop Khalif Raymond. I'm heavy Carolina in this lineup. You're nuts. I would start Cardinals defense. McLaurin and Marquise Brown. McLaurin. I like McLaurin's a top 10 option. Marquise Brown is not. for this week. McLaurin should be popping wide receiver 1 numbers this week. Simple as that. Doesn't get any simpler than that. It's almost 11:30. I can start checking out these waiver wire situations. Is the game? Oh, of course the game's at 4:25. Jesus. All right. Oh well, now if all puts come to shove, I can throw in Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams plays at 4:00. If push come to shove, that's who I'll put in. But I'd rather play Damian Williams, so hopefully he's active. I got to check my other Damian Williams lineups, though. See if I got options for those other guys if I'm playing Williams. Let me see. Roster. Damian Williams. Oh, this is a risk, huh? Oh, I can put Gainwell in. All right, that works. Jungle. You know, Damian Williams ain't exactly a great pickup. I mean, the run defense for the Bucs are legit. I have Sam Darnold as my QB1 in one of my leagues. I mean, the way I see it, the worst case scenario for him is that if he keeps playing bad, he's going to have to sling it. If we keep turning the ball over, he's going to have to sling it. So, looks like Devontae Parker is not going to play, but I'm still trusting A.J. Brown, but I'm not too confident about it. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, I'm not mad at that because it all depends on what's going to happen with Damian Williams. But then again, the Bucs' run defense is legit, so I can't be too mad at it. Now, granted, Carolina's pass defense is legit too. And if Slayton's the wide receiver 1, it's going to get interesting today. You guys really think we're getting Watson, huh? We're not getting Watson, guys. We're a pawn to Houston at this point. If we get involved, it's only about making sure that Houston gets what they want out of Miami. And nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. So Sam Darnold has to be the answer at this point. Matt Rule's not going to get another quarterback. You've been watching my show, you know how I feel about it. The man's already gotten two quarterbacks. Very. If that's I'm still probably going to roll with Slayton. Slayton will probably get a touchdown. I just have an itch. There's no shame for Panthers doom and gloom. You know how it's going to go down, man. Chuba. Well, that's what we thought Teddy Bridgewater was last year, which makes this more hilarious, by the way. We all knew that Teddy Bridgewater was a bridge to the next quarterback, and everybody thought that Sam Darnold was going to be the quarterback. Thought that he was going to be the quarterback, and now we're back to another bridge, which goes back to you should just kept Bridgewater. A.J. Brown, man. I'm going to take Harris here. I mean, I'm hoping there ain't going to be no doom and gloom for Monday. I mean, we should beat the Giants today. Like, if we lose to the Giants today, I think I think the Panthers YouTube base is going to be singing a completely different tune because some people still got faith in Sam, and I don't understand why. And we could say it's not just Sam, and that's true. It wasn't just Teddy last year, but I'm more intrigued about today's game to see how Brady Christian does at left tackle because he's starting at left tackle today. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be paying close attention to that today. Tannehill's going up against the Chiefs. Whatever. Teddy's a more accurate deep passer. Teddy's a more accurate passer, period. He doesn't turn the ball over as much. This coaching staff wants to play ball control offense. Sam's not a good fit. Simple as that. Because Sam turns the ball over too much. Absolutely not. If Gibson plays, you got to play him, bro. I think Matt Rule's getting fired if we don't win more than 6 games this season. So I've had my stance on that as well. If you watch the Monday show, you know that. We know that, though. I've seen you in there, Tevin. But nah, Rule's out. Rule survives. Rule won't get fired mid-season. That's not going to happen. But Rule could definitely get fired at the end of the year if we're out here being 6-11, 5-12. What are you talking about, man? 3 weeks ago, when we started this losing streak, every team we played only had 1 win. And we've lost to all of them. Or 2 weeks ago, excuse me. Because Philly only had 1 win before we lost to them. Minnesota only had 1 win, too. So I disagree. I mean, if they win more than 6, like Rule's got to win at least 7. I think 7 is the number. 7 to 8. 8 is probably the real number, but I think 7. I think 7 will keep him around on a super hot seat going into the 3rd season. 8 will give him another full season next year. Anything below that, he should be out of here. We haven't had a good offensive line since 2015. And even the 2015 offensive line wasn't good. We were starting Mike Rimmers at left. We were starting Mike Rimmers. I'm talking about when we came after the Dallas game, Minnesota only had 1 win. Philadelphia only had 1 win. The Giants only had 1 win. All these teams only had 1 win. Minnesota won the week we lost to Philadelphia. But prior to the Philadelphia game, the next 5 games, all those teams had 1 win. Our next 5 opponents only had 1 win after week 4. That's what I'm saying. So we're not playing good teams is where I'm getting at. We're losing to bad teams. Give me Michael Carter today. You're not going to like my hot take, Panther Buzz. I think we would be 5-1 with Bridgewater. There's not a doubt in my mind. Because he wouldn't have turned the ball over as much as Teddy has, as much as Sam has. Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt. We were 4-2 with Bridgewater at this point last year. Just so you guys know. Just to remind y'all. That is a fact. Appreciate it, Tony. You can't anticipate injuries to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man. I mean, I like Carter a lot going into the season. All right, let's check out these inactives because we need to get some inactives going. I mean, did I really went there? I mean, we were 4-2 last year, and all 4 of the wins was without CMC, and we had a worse defense. So, I mean, me going there is not nothing new. All you got to do is look it up. You ain't going to tell me that last year's defense was better than the one that Sam's had. You can't, because they weren't. So, I mean, just saying. Sam Darnold had a 0 QBR going into the fourth quarter last week. Did you know that? Just saying. I think it's closer to 6 than 60 with the 0 QBR, by the way. I didn't say 4-3. I said 6 games. We were 4-2. Well, no, Teddy didn't win another game after that. I mean, I'll keep it a buck. I'll be real about it. Teddy didn't win a single game after that. We went 5-11 last year. Teddy didn't win a game after that. The only other game we won was against Detroit, and Teddy was hurt. I'll keep it a buck. But Teddy didn't have the defense that Sam had. You know, it's still a team sport, guys. All right, let's check out these inactives. Let me do a share real quick because we see what's going on in this inactive game. The thing that you guys fail to realize about Teddy versus Darnold is you guys were expecting something different from what Sam Darnold is, and you also was expecting that our coaching staff was going to do something different, and that never was the case. That's why I had an issue with the trade. It wasn't about Sam Darnold. It was about the fact that our offense wasn't going to change that much, and that's why I kept saying our defense is going to be the one that's going to get us there, not our offense. Like I wanted game manager Sam, and so far that hasn't happened. I mean, he game managed well against terrible teams, but now he's starting to lose to terrible teams. Now, we should not lose today. If we lose today, it becomes very interesting. Okay. Yo, man, Darius Slayton is the New York Giants wide receiver 1. And John Ross. We got to be careful about John Ross because John Ross does have speed. Ravens, Murray's out. We knew that. Watkins is out. We knew that. Nothing big there. Nothing big with the Bengals. Browns and Broncos played on Thursday. Packers, nothing to worry about. Let me see. Make sure you guys can see what I see. All right, we good. With the Jets, nothing to be concerned about. Titans, nothing to be concerned about. The team. Antonio Gibson's active, so yeah, you got to fire him up. They're going to need every bit of him today. And he still has less turnovers than Sam. And he's played tougher teams too, but we're not going to we won't go there. I mean, he has played tougher teams. I mean, have we played he's played tougher teams. He's played a tougher schedule. And he played hurt yesterday. He played hurt yesterday. But, on Thursday. But, I digress. My man played with 1 foot yesterday on Thursday. In that part. Would you guys start Shepard? Well, Shepard's out, so you ain't got to worry about that. Your answer's Lockett, buddy. Shepard's not playing today. Shepard was ruled out today, so lock it. That's all I'm saying, man. Just be honest with yourself. That's all I ask. It's not about the thing you keep realizing, the coaching staff doesn't care about upside. And that's the problem you guys aren't seeing. From a quarterback position, they have no interest in upside. The only thing they have interest in is reducing the turnover count. And right now, Sam Darnold isn't doing that. And that's the problem. It has nothing to do with upside. What we're trying to do is absolutely nothing to do with upside. They trying to blame CNC for why our offense is bad, and this coaching staff hasn't seen CNC in more than 3 games in a season. He ain't going to grow in this offense, guys. But you know what? Enough about that. Give me some more fancy questions. Look at the Broncos schedule, buddy. Look at the losses that Teddy had this year and look at the losses that we've had. We've lost to the Eagles. We've lost to Dallas. Dallas is a much better team. I'll give you that. But we've lost to the Eagles and we lost to the Vikings. He lost to Baltimore. He lost to Lamar. He lost to Cleveland. Absolutely, he's lost to better teams than us. I mean, do you really want to go there today? I think you guys ain't paying attention, but it's fine. He lost to the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Broncos. He lost to and the Browns. He lost to 4 teams with winning records. We've only lost to one team with a winning record. So Case Keenum led the Vikings to the playoffs. You know that, right? I just want to remind you of that. Just want to remind you. Case Keenum's not a slouch. Is what I'm getting at. And the Browns, they have a pretty good team. Like Case Keenum's probably one of the best backups in the NFL. we're out here trying to forget that the Browns have the outstanding offensive line and they have the head coach we probably should have hired, but we won't go there today. Give me Mooney today. I'm taking Mooney. I'm worried about Herbert, man, because we don't know what the situation is going to be with the running back situation in Chicago. Have no idea how that's going to go down. I know what it was. I watched the game. Case Keenum didn't have to do anything. Broncos couldn't stop a cold. Ernest Johnson ran for almost 150 yards. I watched the game. I was very happy I wasn't going up against Ernest Johnson. But I did have to go up against Javonte Williams, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, like, come on, guys. Like, come on. Dude almost went to the Super Bowl. Y'all out here just talking at this point. I'm playing Allen Robinson, but I'm just afraid. He hasn't looked good this year, man. Ernest Johnson was RB1. Prove it. He's doing the same thing as last year. Bro, man, Damian Williams is about to ruin everything. And the thing that's crazy is that, like, Damian had the Rona. So, like, then you got that factor in as well, right? Because you don't know whether or not how he's going to respond to that. A lot of NFL players have struggled the first couple games after having the Rona. So you don't even know how he's going to respond to the game. But I think he's going to get the opportunity to get the work. So that's the thing that's scary. Atlanta's run defense ain't too bad. Renfro, if it's a PPR league, I'll take Renfro here. I think Miles Sanders is doesn't get enough opportunity. I think he's been hurting because of that. Depending on your record, man, if you got to get cute, go with Michael Carter. Otherwise, Miles Sanders, because that's the safer play. But I think Carter's got more upside today. But I think Carter has more upside for the remainder of the season. Don't give these guys passes, man. Just don't give them passes. That's all I ask. Just don't give them passes. Oh, let me update the run actors, see what's going on here. It's been a while. Just don't give these guys passes. That's all I ask. Like, don't give these coaches these passes. Like there's coaches who's gone to NFC gone to championship games after 2 seasons. Don't be out here giving these folks passes. Like Cleveland make the playoffs first season with a new coach, right? So don't be giving these coaches that passes. We got an owner who hasn't seen a winning year. He's making all these moves. I think he's impatient. So something's going to have to give. I don't think Rule is off the hook and not getting out of here after this year. And you can decide that's on the owner, and that's fine. I mean, I had Rule third on my coaching power rankings when we had the opportunity to hire a new coach. And one of the coaches is sitting here as an offensive coordinator on a really good team, and the other one led this team to the playoffs last year. So you can decide whether or not it was the right decision. I just think that we should have done better than what we did. Nothing shocking for Atlanta. Chiefs, nothing shocking. No wide receivers on it. That's interesting. Patriots, if you have Ramondre Stevenson, you can go ahead and take him out of your lineup because he is now inactive. And Tevin Coleman for the Jets is inactive. It ain't so with that, it might be the Michael Carter show. But now I gotta go check my lineups again. Panthers inactives haven't showed up yet. There it is. Irving, Hoskins, Johnson, Terrace Marshall, Melvin, Richie, and Shaq. So we're gonna see some Shaw Smith. We're gonna see some Brandon Zylstra. We're gonna see some Amir Abdullah. So it'll get interesting. But Alex Erickson is still there. So it looks like Alex Erickson is still going to be doing punts, but maybe Amir Abdullah is going to be doing kickoffs. So we shall see. Start 3 of these running backs: Henderson, Jones, Fournette, Jacobs. Give me Henderson. Give me Jones. Give me Fournette. Give me Fournette. Fournette, Jones, Henderson. Rest of the season, Jay Taylor or James Robinson. Oh, God, that's hard. Give me James Robinson. I like James Robinson a lot. But Taylor could be balling too, man. I don't think you can go wrong either way. I mean, if you got them both, you should be starting them both, if that's the decision you're trying to make. Chase Edmonds. It's not going to be a Charlotte Hornets podcast. I'm not a Charlotte Hornets fan. Oh, that is right. He is on IR. Never mind. You're right. CEH is on IR. All right, let's see here. You need to get Truba. You need to get Trimba out your lineup. I'm not mad at the other three, but you need to get Truba out. You need to get Trimba out your lineup, bro. You got to get him out of there. All right, let me do one more refresh because I'm about to close out. Titans. All right. Okay. All right, that's the show, guys. That is the show. No live stream today because once again the Giants game is not on television up here. Even though I'm in New England, I still don't get the Giants game. It's very demoralizing. But you guys It's been real. Good luck in fantasy today. Catch us tomorrow live at 8:30. Meet Rashad. I'm assuming he's coming back for 4, so I don't think we're gonna do a post game. I might do something on Twitter Spaces. We'll see. But I will let you guys go. You guys have a good one. Oh wait, I'll answer these questions before I disappear. Gibson. This is going to take a much longer time to go through. I mean, we haven't had a good line in a long time, man. But Cam mastered it all. But that's a long discussion. All right, you guys have a good one.